So, what's going on, guys? I'm back. That's right, I'm back for another video. I was just on literally not that long ago, but a quick wardrobe change, just brush my teeth, all that stuff. And now we're going to go ahead and talk about the Penguins and the Stanley Cup playoffs because tomorrow night is the start of the 2018 Stanley Cup playoffs, and I got some predictions for you guys. I'm going to go ahead and pull up my brackets. I'm going to go into each playoff team in depth and give a little bit of analysis on them before I go ahead and view and talk about my brackets. So, with that being said, let's go into each playoff team, starting with the Western Conference and going from top to bottom. Starting off with Nashville Predators. They were the President's Trophy winners. They won the most points, 117 points this year. Pekka Rinne is absolutely on fire once again. Their team has improved on the depth. They have a lot better scoring, and they're just overall a much, much better team this year than they were last year, and they're going to the playoffs very hot. The one problem, though, is Pekka Rinne does have one point of kryptonite, the P. James Arena. Otherwise, though, expect Nashville to be one of the top contenders in the Western Conference. And next up is Colorado Avalanche, the wild card team, the last team to get in the playoffs. Similar to what Nashville was last year, but the Colorado Avalanche. They were a surprising team this year. One of the worst records of all NHL teams last year. I think they only got around 55 points or something like that. They had a humongous turnaround. Now have 94 points. They are in the playoffs. Great, successful year for them. And the reason why is because of Nathan MacKinnon. He is going to be a stud. He is an absolute great player right now. He deserves everything he's getting. He's the man in Colorado. And this team is going to go far in the coming years. But right now, at least you're going to take the fact that you're going to be playing in the playoffs this year. Good job, Colorado. You're going to be a team to be reckoned with for years to come. Next up is the Winnipeg Jets. Wow, the Winnipeg Jets. This is one of the teams I predict to be a very strong playoff team if they had the right depth and they had their youth show up. And they've had both things happen to them this year. Winnipeg is definitely one of the stronger teams in the league. They have, I think it was 110 points, one of the best teams in the Western Conference. They've had great depth, great goaltending, and Blake Wheeler looks good. Every one of the players for the Jets looks very strong. Patrick Laine, a great rookie, and a great second-year guy, having a great sophomore season. One of the best picks of the 2016 draft is showing off his skills, and the Winnipeg Jets are a very, very strong team going into this postseason. Next up is Minnesota Wild. Sorry, guys, it's going to be another one done for you guys this year. Not going to really do much once again. Had too many injuries. It looked like you could compete. Devin Dubnyk, though, cannot hold this team on his own. Losing your best defenseman and Ryan Sutter is tough, and it's not going to go very well for you guys. So sorry, Minnesota. You got to play a hot Winnipeg team. Good luck next year. Next up is the Vegas Golden Knights, the biggest surprise of the year. Jarrett Gallant, I think, should win the Jack Adams Award. Very, very strong candidate. The Vegas Golden Knights won the division for the first time ever, and it's the first year in franchise history. The first time ever an expansion team has won their conference division. That is incredible. Vegas Golden Knights are in the playoffs. They got Marc-Andre Fleury, William Karlsson, and many other teams. I've seen the team play live, and their home stadium gets nuts during hockey games. I have not seen a stadium go that insane for hockey in a long time. I've been to Panthers games, even the playoff games. They don't have the same intensity as the Vegas Golden Knights, and it's going to show. The Golden Knights are a team that's going to be reckoned with. Even if though it's not this year, they're going to be a team reckoned with for years to come. Los Angeles Kings. What can I say about you next? Los Angeles Kings are a pretty interesting bunch. They do have good depth. Jonathan Quick's having his last good run they could really have. But a lot of these guys, it's their last chance to really go for a cup. But they got to play the Golden Knights, and they barely got in the playoffs. It's going to be tough to say how well they do. And this is a matchup I saw in Vegas when I was in Vegas. This is a matchup I saw firsthand. But Vegas, for me, just looks a little bit better. For the Kings, though, definitely have a good shot, though. They can definitely provide the upset, but I can't guarantee anything. Anaheim Ducks. Another year, another playoff berth, and you got home field advantage for this series, which is going to help against San Jose. But the Anaheim Ducks do have pretty decent goaltending. Are their main scorers there? Corey Perry and many others are going to be a very strong contender. to really push deep in the playoffs if they can get past the San Jose Sharks. The San Jose Sharks have another playoff run. Hopefully it goes better than last time when they played Edmonton last year, but I could definitely think that Evander Kane helps the Sharks out hugely, and this is your first playoff berth since Patrick Maroon went to Toronto, which I'll get to Toronto in a little bit. But overall, though, San Jose is definitely going to have – this is going to be the best playoff series, in my opinion, of the entire first round. Two California teams duking out. It's going to be a great matchup. San Jose is going to be one of those teams that if they could get past San Jose, they can definitely give Vegas a run for their money. Now let's go to the Eastern Conference. Tampa Bay Lightning. Tampa Bay Lightning earned the #1 overall seed, but barely. They literally had to rely on Boston losing to Florida last game of the season. Tampa Bay's going in. Stamkos is not 100%. Vasilevsky's not looked very good the past second half of the season. They've started off very strong, but now have just been a little coasting on mediocrity for the past couple months. It's not going to be good for Tampa Bay. If they don't get their act together, it's going to be a quick playoff exit. New Jersey Devils, my second team, the New Jersey Devils. Especially when I saw Martin Brodeur as a kid when I was 2 years old. I got to see Martin Brodeur when he first started out for the New Jersey Devils. And I'm really hoping New Jersey Devils can pull off an upset here. But getting to the playoffs after being one of those teams, I also predicted to be one of those teams that if you could really rely on this team, they could definitely be a playoff contender, like a wild card contender, and they made it as the last wild card team. This is going to be definitely be a Tampa Bay, giving them a tough series. And I expect big things from New Jersey. Corey Schneider's in goal. Taylor Hall looks really good and a very good Hart Trophy contender. We'll see what happens, but I'm hoping for the best for New Jersey. Boston Bruins. Boston Bruins do have very, very, very good coaching. They do have, not coaching, I'm saying very good depth. Their depth and their youth are very strong. Tuukka Rask is playing absolutely great right now. You really can't stop Tuukka Rask, and this is definitely going to be a very good club for years to come. Their coach, I know, is a brand new coach. He's focusing on what Mike Sullivan did for the Penguins, focused on youth, focused on speed, focused on getting shots blocked. That's going to help Boston a lot, especially since Tuukka Rask is getting older and he really can't compete at all. And this is also Zdeno Chara's last run at the Cup, so you better make it count, Boston. Toronto Maple Leafs, I expected them to be in the playoffs, and I literally corrected them. They were going to be the third seed in the Eastern Conference, and I was completely right. The Toronto Maple Leafs are a very good team. They do have great depth. Frederick Anderson's huge. Patrick Marleau is helping out so well. Auston Matthews, yes, Auston Matthews is very, very good. Has great scoring and another great sophomore season. And this is going to be one of the toughest matchups to predict in the first round of the Eastern Conference, but we'll see what happens. Oh, Capitals, 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 Capitals. What can I say about you? Another Metropolitan Division title. Yawn. Now let's see if you can make it past the second round this year. More than likely you won't, but we'll see. This is your guys' last real chance because Alexander Ovechkin's getting pretty tired not making it past the second round and only scoring under 50 full goals. He's not going to be happy. Let's see what happens with Washington. Columbus Blue Jackets. Oh, so it's your first time in the playoffs not facing the Penguins. Let's see how you guys can win more than 2 games in a postseason in a series this time around. We'll see. It's going to be tough, but I definitely think Columbus can give Washington a run for their money. They do have pretty good scoring depth. They've gone pretty well over the last 10 games. They've gone 8-2-0. You can't really go wrong with this team. And one of the losses was the Penguins. I think one of the losses was the Penguins, but still, though, Columbus is getting hot at the right time. This could definitely be a team that can get some serious noise if they make it past the first round. Pittsburgh Penguins. My team, my team, my team. We're going for a third straight Stanley Cup run. This is going to be huge. We got a big series coming up, but this team does need to get its act together. I will be honest. Their defense is probably the weakest I've seen in the past couple of years. Matt Murray's not playing like himself, but the good thing is they have playoff experience. I think they're going to really turn it off in the playoffs. They've done pretty well overall in the past couple of weeks, definitely with Matt Murray starting to get in the groove of things a little bit. For God's sakes, put Matt Hunwick as a fourth-line defenseman. He really cannot be much better than that. But still, I think Pittsburgh knows what they're going to do. So Mike Sullivan, let's get this up. Let's get this three-peat. Let's go. Oh, my most hated team in the NHL, other than the Blackhawks, who's not in the playoffs this year. The Philadelphia Flyers. What can I say about you? This is definitely a good team. Nolan Patrick's first series. The goaltending is very, very suspect, but this says the team has a very good skill, very good youth. They do have definitely some interesting defense position. Claude Giroux is very hard to stop. He has 102 points this year, one of the league leaders in points. It's going to be tough to really stop the Flyers, Claude Giroux, but the Penguins can definitely do it. So we'll see how they do in this round. Now I gave a preview of each team. Let's go ahead and show you guys my bracket. I'm going to go ahead and start off with Nashville and Colorado. I'm going to go ahead and pull this stat up. Here you go. Nashville versus Colorado. Nashville definitely does have the edge in this series, and the statistical advantage Nashville Predators do. This is going to be an interesting series. Unfortunately, Colorado, you're not there yet. You literally just got back to the playoffs from being an absolute joke of a team to not being good. You're not there yet. Nashville's too good. Give me Nashville in 5 games. Next up is the Winnipeg Jets and the Minnesota Wild. Winnipeg, yeah, you're winning the series. I don't think Minnesota is getting any wins. I think Minnesota might squeak out a win or 2 at home, but I'm picking, if I had to be very safe, Winnipeg in 6, realistically. Because I only think that Devin Dubnyk is going to be the best goalie in this matchup, though. That's the only reason why it goes 6. Vegas Golden Knights versus the Los Angeles Kings. This is an interesting series, to say the least. Vegas does have a very small statistical advantage. It's going to be Marc-Andre Fleury versus Jonathan Quick, a very good matchup between 2 goaltenders that are very experienced. I think Los Angeles is definitely going to get some good games at home, but I still think Vegas in 6 games is reasonable enough. I think Vegas will get past Los Angeles. Now, this was one of the hardest ones. This is the hardest out of the West to pick. Anaheim versus San Jose. Go ahead and pull up Anaheim versus San Jose. This is going to be an interesting series. Anaheim and San Jose both do have very good teams. Both have very good depth, very good goaltending. It's really going to come down to which offense can perform better. For me, over the past couple of weeks, I'm thinking San Jose is definitely going to perform just a slight bit better. Even if it's Game 7 Anaheim, Anaheim has a history of blowing it in Game 7s. Give me San Jose in 7 games. On to the second round, we have Nashville versus Winnipeg. This is going to be an interesting series. Nashville has more experience than Winnipeg, but Winnipeg definitely has very good scoring. I think this is definitely going to be one of those series that goes very far in, but I think Nashville, if they play really well, especially at home, it's going to be over quick. But Winnipeg, I think, especially in their hometown, like their home environment, it's going to be tough to beat them on the road for Nashville. So give me Nashville. I think they will win, but it's going to take all 7 games. And then Vegas Golden Knights versus the San Jose Sharks. 2 very good goaltenders, 2 very good offenses. It's going to come down to which defense can really suffocate the other. And Vegas, the one problem is they don't have experience, but San Jose definitely does have experience. This is a coin flip for me, realistically. I really had to go with my gut just for what I want. I had to go with my heart and my gut. And my heart said Vegas. My gut said San Jose. But Vegas, I think I really do want to see a Marc-Andre Fleury versus a Vegas-Pittsburgh series. I really do want to see that. Alex is even predicting it. Hell, even Alex wants that. Like, I was talking to Alex earlier. He wants to see a Vegas-Pittsburgh series. You know how insane that would be for review? Like, getting Marc-Andre Fleury versus former team in the Stanley Cup? That'd be incredible. But for me, though, I'm picking Vegas. I had to pick Vegas. It's going to go 7 games, though. And then finally, Nashville versus Vegas Golden Knights for the Western Conference. This is a very tough series, but in the end, I have to really realistic here. As much as I want to see a Vegas-Pittsburgh final, which I definitely think could happen, Nashville just has too much experience, and they want to get that cup. So I'm picking the Nashville Predators in 6 games. In Vegas, though, you're going to be a contender years to come, but unfortunately, it won't be this year, though. I'm sorry. Next up, we're going to go to the Eastern Conference to see who Nashville will play in the Stanley Cup Final. Starting off with Tampa Bay Lightning versus New Jersey Devils. There you go. Tampa Bay does have the edge, but they've been playing like crap over the past couple of months. New Jersey's been getting hot at the right time. They've had some good wins. This is a tough call, but I'm picking the more experienced team. I think the depth of Tampa Bay is just going to be too much for New Jersey. Give me the Tampa Bay Lightning because both of these teams are playing, are back in the playoffs for being out. So give me Tampa Bay in 7 games. Now, this for me was the hardest series to pick in the entire Eastern Conference. Boston versus Toronto. Now, this series can go either way, realistically. It can definitely go either way. Both of these teams have a right to be in the playoffs. Both of these teams can go very far. For me, though, I think Toronto's going to have that mentality of we want to avenge our loss from 2013. I'm picking Toronto in 7 games. I think it's going to be very close, but I think Toronto is just a little bit better. Next up is Washington versus the Columbus Blue Jackets. Now, this is going to be my upset pick of the entire round. Columbus, I think, will win in 7 games. Why? I think they have better scoring. I think their depth is better. And Bobrovsky versus Philip Grubauer, who will officially start, they just announced it today. Their head coach, Barry Trotz, is literally died by Philip Grubauer. He's like, Philip, you better save my job. Sorry, Trotz, you're getting fired. I'm picking Columbus in 7 games. I think that Bobrovsky is a little bit better, and I think Columbus is due for a playoff series win. And then finally, Pittsburgh versus Philly of the first round. Pittsburgh has the edge. Pittsburgh has won all 4 of their matchups this year. Everyone's thinking, oh, it's going to be such a great series. It's going to be a nasty series. Let's look at the standing. Let's look at the facts. The Penguins have outscored the Flyers at Philadelphia this year 10-3. At home, it's a little bit different. I think Pittsburgh is just going to crush them in Philly. Philly might get a small win in Pittsburgh, but I'm picking Pittsburgh in 5. It's real. I think this matchup's way too overblown, but give me Pittsburgh in 5 games. Next up is Tampa Bay versus Toronto. This is pretty much a very, very, very close matchup. This can realistically go either way. It's going to be dependent on Vasilevsky versus Anderson. It really is going to determine about that. And it's also going to be determined if Mike Babcock can really outcoach the Tampa Bay Lightning. It's going to be tough to really bet against the Lightning here. It really is. So this can realistically go either way, but I have to go with Tampa Bay. I needed a drink there. I was talking a lot. Then we got Columbus Blue Jackets versus the Pittsburgh Penguins as the next one. It's going to be Sergei Bobrovsky versus Matt Murray. This is going to be the Blue Jackets' 3rd series against the Penguins. How have they done the other times? They've lost both times. It's going to continue. Give me Pittsburgh in 5 games. I think Pittsburgh is just too strong at home this year. They've been very strong at home, especially against their division rivals. They've been very strong. Give me Pittsburgh in 5 games. Then finally, my Eastern Conference Finals prediction, Tampa Bay Lightning versus the Pittsburgh Penguins. Now, if this was the team to realistically beat the Penguins, this is probably the best. They probably have the best chance of doing it. They were also close in 2016. This is going to be tough to call because I can realistically see Pittsburgh blowing them out of the water because I know they've only played 3 times this year. Once in Tampa Bay and then twice in Pittsburgh. If I had to take a look, who had the series edge. I think Tampa won their matchup in Tampa. I don't remember though. In a second here, I can go ahead and pull up the Penguins schedule. All right, so yeah, they lost in Tampa once. Oh, they lost in Tampa twice. They lost in Tampa both times, and they won 5-2 at home. But the one time to give it fact is they played in October. There are two completely different teams from October Tampa Bay versus now. It's completely different. Bay winning. I can see Tampa Bay winning this game, but I mean the series, but I can also see, I think more realistically, I gotta go with my heart here. I'm picking the Penguins. As much as I could realistically think Tampa Bay has a very good shot at beating us, especially with Chris Kunitz, I gotta go with the Penguins. It's the smart pick. I think it's the smart pick. So finally, Stanley Cup Finals 2018. It's the rematch. This time, Nashville has home field advantage instead of Pittsburgh having home field. Nashville has home field, and that is huge. My finals prediction is going to be pretty interesting because Pekka Rinne does not play well in PP James Arena. He's proven that, especially in the season series this year. Because the one time they won Nashville this year, because they played twice, UC Saros was in the net against the Penguins in Nashville. And that was also in October. So, you know what? Screw it. I'm going for it. Penguins in 6 games. I think it's going to repeat. I think Penguins are going to win all their games at home. I think they're going to have to steal one in Nashville, which I think they could definitely do. They did it last year. If they could do it this year, if they could realistically play Nashville's defense, they could win this game. And their defense plays up the stop, they can win. So I'm picking the Pittsburgh Penguins. Yes, I know, to win their 3rd Stanley Cup in a row. But if I had, I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit deeper here. I know my pick is the Penguins in 6. If I had other picks, though, I'm actually going to be doing a couple other brackets. If I had some other brackets, if it was Nashville, Tampa Bay, I'd pick Nashville in 5. If it was Vegas, Pittsburgh, I'd pick Pittsburgh in 7. And if it was Tampa Bay, Vegas, I'd pick Vegas in 7. I realistically would. So that's pretty much, if I had to think of a dark horse that can really do something, be San Jose. It would be San Jose to be a dark horse, but you can't ask for better playoffs than NHL playoffs. I am so ready for tomorrow. I cannot wait for Pittsburgh. Philly tomorrow night. I am very excited. With that being said, guys, see you guys later. Stay awesome. Have a great night, and let's go Pens. Let's beat the Flyers.